Howdy folks, how y'all doing? Hey, today we're going to be taking a look at a roly-poly hair picker-upper thingamathing and Chom Chom. Can you think of a better name? Well, I didn't, but not saying I'm a fan of this particular designation, if you will. Supposedly the world's best pick-em-upper thing that, well, the world has ever seen. We are going to put that to the test, and we're going to do it good and proper. But before we get into, testing and whatnot, I got to let my kids show up, or I got to let my kids wake up, I should say. All right, folks, I don't make this up. I got two very pretty kitties that are, doing their thing, right? They normally lay there with me. It's a couch. I know you can't see the entire shot, but trust me, that's what it is. That is some sound absorption material that I've used to sound treat this room. If you're into that sort of thing, for home hi-fi, stereos, home theater, that kind of thing, I do a thing about that. I do things a whole lot different, and I'll put a link to it. Yeah, up in there. Anyway, just want to let the kids sleep. Later on tomorrow, I guess, they will be out and about, and then I'll clean up the hair that they left behind. So we are going to do a good and proper test of this thing, and that's going to be another day. In the meantime, I thought we'd just take a quick look and gander at this here device, and I see something here giving me an idea. Thin, very thin, just plastic. Super clear plastic, but very felt staticky. That is how all these things work. They work on static. I don't see any brushes. I don't know. We're gonna get a little closer into this when I get there. But this thing is supposed to flip flop, like yo and like so. And in the process of doing that, it's supposed to create static. And I don't know. We got rolly wheels here on the side. This thing's supposed to do exactly that. And somehow there's a static electric charge created. And yeah, it's supposed to make, well, hair and whatnot stick like glue. I'm sure you've seen some of the noise. Everybody's making noise about the thing. It's the best thing in the world, right? I will put that to the test where I'm going to give you my opinion on it. Is the best thing ever made since sliced bread and the round wheel? I don't know, but it's got a couple of round wheels. So, yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's what it does. That's all that it does. I kind of thought it was a wheel. I thought it was a whole drum, I should say, that spun, and something inside of here was going to clean up the particulate, if you will. But no, that's clearly not the case here. Anyway, I got this thing. It's supposed to use it vigorously. It's supposed to do the flip, flop, flip, flop. If it ain't doing that, you ain't using it hard enough. I don't know. That should be a dead clean mat. And there's a little particulate. There is just a little bit of debris that was picked up there. So, all right. Let me set up a test bed here and we'll get into it. All right, test number one. Here is the armchair protector from a recliner that normally my wife sits on this chair. I have another chair which is over there, and then other couches and whatnot. Yeah, this is not going to be a good way of showing and telling, but let's see what it does. Just gorilla-like. Well, I can tell you right now, it definitely did a thing. It did a thing. even though I wasn't holding it very well. Here, try it a little bit like that, and that, and that. You know what? That just kind of impressed me. That ain't no joke right there. That was hard to do because, well, you saw the thing was flipping and flopping all over the place, and it's still. Look at it. I don't make that stuff up. That was full of Tyler hair, my male cat, the only male cat that we have. He's my boy, Tyler. Yeah, it was all full of his hair. He likes to lay on this thing. Not no more. He can lay on it all he wants. That worked. All right, let me bring in another example, huh? All right, well, here's another, hopefully a good example. This is it's Tyler's towel. He's got a couple of them, same as my other kid, Carmen. They have their places, all pets, they have their preferred locations to sleep and, conk out for the night. In our home, we have many of those places, and in every place that my cats like to, whatever, camp out, if you will, I always have a towel or a pillow or a blanket of some sort waiting for them. When you go to wash that stuff, this stuff right here, it's fine, it comes out. I mean, it gets clean, right? Like anything else gets clean. But all that cat hair, it just goes everywhere. It gets strung throughout the washing machine. It gets tangled up into all the other laundry that's in there. And if you can get that stuff off of the article of clothing or towel for the, in this example, if you can get the cat hair off before you put it into the washing machine, naturally you just solved the problem there. So let's, I don't know. I mean, it's still just willy-nilly. I don't have nothing like stuck down on this thing, or it's not magnetically adhered. It's just crap example. But if this is the best thing in the world, then it better damn well do its job, right? We're going to test it, like I said. The worst way possible, probably. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, well, there's a bunch of crap on the back of the thing. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Look at that. I did not make that up. You watched that happen in real time. That's my boy. Okay. I'm damn well getting there with that whole best thing in the world thing. I got one real hard test, and the main reason I purchased this, honestly, was for towels and the thing my kids are sleeping on, which we'll get to that next. But holy crap. I can't believe that did what that disc did. That did a thing. I mean, there's nothing really on here. I mean, a couple stragglers, you wouldn't, I'm not worried about that. But that's all it does. It just does that. That's it. It works based on static and static electricity, but man, that's, well, there's a little something stuck to my fingers, so I don't know. A little bit of stuff stuck to the backside of the apparatus, if you will. But again, I don't know. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to tell you that much. I like what it's doing. I see what it's doing, and I like it like that. All right, since the kids are in their second favorite spot, I thought we'd get a little up closer and personal with, the mess that I'm talking about here. Love my kids, but man, do they make a mess. And the towel. I mean, that's why literally I keep everything covered. If they're not shedding, well, then they're puking. You know what I mean? Now, I do have a little beater bar attachment for, vacuum cleaner. But this, if it does what I've seen it do already with towels, then this is going to be a much better option. Anyway, let me get this out of the way. And, oh, you know what? A little bit more work has to be, a little more effort for this one. And that's what I was afraid of. This is, it's actually moving blankets. Like I said, I'll, you know, if you're into this sort of thing, I'll put a link to what this is all about, you know, up in there, down in there, everywhere I can stick a link, I'll stick the link. But yeah, it's that material that cat hair is just gonna stick to like glue. Oh, I pushed that button. That was a bad thing to do. Yeah, a little bit. All right, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Nope. No, it ain't. It's working, but you got to work it, that's for sure. Definitely does a better job on towels. I mean, it's doing it though, but definitely got to work that thing. Let me get you a little closer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think you can see what's going on there. It has definitely cleaned that up, but as you saw, I definitely had to put a whole lot more effort into it. And you can see what still has to be done over there. Yes. Ah, kids, they make a mess. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, this is some, yeah, it's just that material, you know, that stuff that hair's going to get into, and it just does not want to come out. And I mean, it did. It certainly did. It definitely did its job, but I had to work at it a little bit more. Anywho, I got giant sound panels there, and that's what that thing is. And like I said, link to it'll be, you know, up in there if you want to see that video. You want to understand what that thing's all about. All right, let me finish that other side off quick. All right, I just figured real quick, give her one final glamour shot. You can see for yourself what it did. And it definitely did its job. You know, that is okay. I did have to work at it, but hey, it did exactly what it said on the tin. So, all right, let's go back to the bench and we'll wrap this one up. Alrighty, so Chom Chom, huh? Kind of a goofy ass name if you ask me. When I speak the words aloud, I picture, honestly, I picture Pac-Man going chomp 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 chomp, eating those little dots. You know what I mean? It's just the image that pops into my head. Anyway, goofy names aside, this thing does a thing, don't it? It did. I mean, I had to work on that wall a bit, but it did it. And like I said, I normally use like a beater bar attachment for a vacuum. That works, but you still got to really work with it or work at it. It ends up smushing hair into the material as much as it pulls it out. I mean, it will get it out eventually, but I think this worked just as well, if not better, than the you know, beater bar attachment. So, oh yeah, well, I haven't opened this up. Here's a glamour shot. Yeah, it's a little bit like that, huh? That is after cleaning that wall. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like it. As you can see, the static cling. This is an electrical device, believe it or not. Yes, no batteries, no man-made electricity, but it is powered by Mother Nature. You know, the original electricity, static electricity. Hence the stuff sticking to it everywhere. I get how it works. I get it. I understand it. It's just, I gotta say, it's pretty freaking clever. It was well thought out. Somebody understood some basic things here. And I'm a little ashamed to say that its simplicity is something I never would have thought of. I think I'm a pretty smart cookie half the time, you know what I mean? But this, I wouldn't have come up with that. I couldn't have come up with that. My brain just works a little different. Anyway, very cool device. I like it. One thing I want to mention here, though, it says, do not wash the thing. All right, I'm going to call BS on that. Look, you can't clean a thing unless you can wash a thing. You got to get a thing wet to really be able to clean a thing. Certain things, I guess, perhaps you don't want to wash chicken. Even though there's a guy on YouTube that did it with soap and water. Believe it or not, look it up, you'll see. Anyway, don't wash your chicken. But yes, you can wash this. What they're afraid of, I'm more than sure, because I think I understand their thinking anyway. They don't want you to use soap because chances are you're not going to get all of the soap out. And if you leave a residue on this, you're going to change its ability, I should say, to create a static electric charge. So don't use soap, use window cleaner. Window cleaner, spray on, let it sit for a minute, rinse it off. Hot water, cold water won't make a difference, but use a cleaner that is capable of literally rinsing away dead clean. Won't leave a residue. Window cleaner is one thing that I can think of off the top of my head. Another would be, rubbing alcohol. Spray it down with alcohol. Again, rinse it away. You would also want to use the purest water that you could possibly get, like distilled water. But, just because you don't want, what they're afraid of, I'm sure of it, they just don't want you to change its ability to create a static electric charge. And any kind of a residue, any kind of a buildup that, sticks fast is going to change the way this thing creates a static electric charge. So that's what their fear factor is. So you got to use dead clean stuff to get this thing dead clean, if that's a concern to you. But otherwise, I would, realistically, I would just take a vacuum cleaner and clean it off that way and never worry about it again. But that's only thing I can think to mention here that I'm a little bit of a disagreement about with their product packaging and or instructions. But yeah, it's the best thing in the world for removing hair. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it's got to be right up there. I mean, it really does. I don't think I've used anything. Oh, in fact, I can tell you, I have not used anything better. Sticky tape. I'd say this works just about as well, if not better, than sticky tape. So, yeah, man, it's a hell of a thing. I like it. Now, I got this on, it was on an Amazon lightning deal kind of a thing. I got it for like 20 bucks. It's a $20 tool. It is not a $25 tool. It is not a $33 tool. But this is $19.99 all day long. You know what I mean? I got no quarrels, no issues with that. So if and when you can find this thing, on a lightning deal for 20 bucks, yeah, just get it. Just get it. You can thank me later. You know what I mean? Do not pay the $33 or whatever the list price for this thing is. Nah, it's just, it doesn't belong there. But yeah, this is a $19.99 thing all day long. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up right here. What do I think this thing is worth? On my 0 to 10 scale, you know me, stars are for restaurants. We don't do stars around here. Here we use a proper numerical scale on a 0 to 10. For my rating, and I think, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. This is definitely an 8 at $19.99 or 20 bucks, you know what I mean. For that price, for its performance, and I mean, it feels like it's going to last you a good long time. Don't be, monkey strength, gorilla power on it. But if you use it as designed, it's going to hold up for you. I see nothing to worry about there. But yeah, 8 out of 10. I like it. I would definitely buy it. If it breaks, I'm going to buy another one. You know what I mean? It's the best thing in the world. I don't know, but it's about as good, if not better, than anything else that I've ever used. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up right there. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Give me one of these if you like it. Give me one of those if you don't. And hey, we'll see you in the next one. All right, cheers.